Now, Iran has been testing the United States President Donald Trump's patience since he came back to power. Trump first took the diplomatic route to solve the nuclear threat from Iran, but when Iran rejected the US proposal in the first week of June, Trump couldn't hold Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu back anymore from striking Iran with missiles. Now, even then, Trump tried to push Iran to come back to negotiation table, but as the war drags on, Trump has very few choices left.
The US President Donald Trump was in a dilemma when Israel finally rained Iran with missiles on 13th of June. His presidential campaign for the second term was centered around not dragging America in a war that wasn't of their own. But once back in the Oval Office in January this year, in the first few months, things seemed to be going nowhere close to what he planned. Donald Trump wanted a ceasefire and end a war in Ukraine. But the Russian president played hardball and things became increasingly difficult. The Ukraine war is close to 3.5 years old now and shows no signs of ending in the near future. In the Middle East, he promised to get Iran to the table and deter its nuclear policy. He sent his special envoy, Steve Witkoff, to talk to Iran. Things were looking up, and Donald Trump could hold Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu back from attacking Iran. Netanyahu made 2 trips to Washington to win Trump over to his side. Both times he returned empty-handed. Trump insisted on giving diplomacy a chance and refused to back an offensive operation. But then on 4th of June, Iran refused the US deal. POTUS felt Iran was not serious.
Those currently in power, Zionist or American, should be aware that they can't do a damn thing dismantling Iran's nuclear program.
13th of June, Israel struck Iran hard with a barrage of missiles, targeting nuclear facilities in Natanz and eliminating one after another of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei's military commanders. That very day, the American president, while posting on Truth Social, said that he had warned Iran multiple times. He posted, and I quote, "I told them it would be much worse than anything they know, anticipated, or were told, that the United States makes the best and most lethal military equipment anywhere in the world, by far, and that Israel has a lot of it, with much more to come, and they know how to use it. Certain Iranian hardliners spoke bravely, but they did not know what was about to happen. They're all dead now, and it will only get worse." Unquote. Now the question was whether America will join Israel or stand as a support while they try to bring Tehran back on the negotiating table. Iran refused to come to any talking terms till Israel stopped its strikes.
They'd like to talk, but they should have done that before. I had 60 days, and they had 60 days, and on the 61st day I said, we don't have a deal. They have to make a deal, and it's painful for both parties, but I'd say Iran is not winning this war, and they should talk, and they should talk immediately before it's too late. We've always supported Israel. We have for a long period of time, strongly, and Israel's doing very well.
US President Donald Trump returned from the G7 summit a day early and finally started to hit Iran back with real threats, just what Netanyahu wanted him to. On the 5th day of the Iran-Israel war, Donald Trump, much in tune with Tel Aviv, posted on Truth Social saying he knows where Iranian Supreme Leader Khamenei is hiding and it's easy target. Donald Trump ominously said that he's not going to kill him for now. In another post he said, and I quote, "We now have complete and total control of the skies over Iran," unquote. And finally he set out his terms and said that he wants Iran to surrender unconditionally. President Trump spent the first months of his second term holding back Israel's push for an assault on Iran's nuclear program. With the war underway, his posture has gyrated as he now weighs sending in the US military. Bureau Report, India Today.